Awesome. So, guys, thanks for bringing us in. Can you share a little bit about your gym, your backgrounds, all that kind of good stuff?
I'm Scott Wilson. This is Matt Thoma, Results by Design Fitness. We've been in business here in Louisville, Kentucky for 15 years. Been serving this community, love doing what we do.
That's awesome. Talk to me, what kind of clients do you serve?
We serve that 50 to 80-year-old clientele who just wants to move better, feel better, and live longer. We really service that client who wants to live their life to the fullest outside of the gym. Because we do lifestyle integrated fitness training. So we wanted it to fit into their lifestyle so they could go hiking and skiing, they could be pain-free, and they could live life on their own terms.
Nice. What were your initial maybe apprehensions when considering bringing stretch therapy into your gym?
I think anytime you take on something new, your initial apprehension is to lose the core of your business. We wanted to make sure if we added anything additional to our offering that it wasn't detracting away from what we do. It fits seamlessly or synergistically, that they built off one another and they were able to support one another.
Also, over the last 15 years, we've never chased a shiny object. So we didn't want this to be a trend. Here today, gone tomorrow. Tell clients how good it is, and then it's out of the marketplace in 6 months. It is something we truly believed in. We've seen that it's helped people, and it's stuck around.
You guys weren't like, this looks great, let's do it. Like you talked about, you don't like chasing shiny objects. What was like that thing that said, we need to do this or add this into our business?
Being a part of the mastermind group that we're in, we're seeing a lot of gym owners across the country taking the leap into a second location. Matt and I really sat down and talked many times about that idea and that thought process. The reality is we're in a 7,000 square foot facility. We have 2,500 square feet that's really not being utilized or monetized. That really was kind of an aha moment. How can we bring in this ancillary service? Really not even ancillary, like it's standalone, like individual service that can monetize that space, also continue to impact our clients.
Fortunately enough, we got a great team, so we're not involved in the day-to-day. So we have the capacity to actually launch this service and give it adequate attention and to grow it, since we have a team that's serving all of our clients. So I think having the capacity to do it is a real big thing to add a service to what you're already doing, because more is not necessarily better.
Absolutely. I think a lot of times when people look at stretch, they think of it as like an ancillary service, an add-on. I'm gonna do a session here or there. Through our conversations, through what you've witnessed, even with your experience, how's that point of view shifted for you guys?
Especially today, working with our clients that we brought in today and doing our demo stretches on, just the excitement and joy and just the way they felt when they got up off the table. You got the opportunity to talk to many of them and they're like, we're ready to sign up. Not only that, we know friends that we want to bring in here to get stretched. It starts making sense from a business perspective. I know you've alluded to many times, there's a lot of people in the market that aren't interested in coming in and doing training. Training is hard work. Stretch therapy, man, you're just literally laying there on the table and getting moved around and it feels so good. Who wouldn't want to do it?
Training is even harder if you're in pain. It's a great gateway to get yourself out of pain, get yourself moving better. When you move better, you start feeling better, and you might partake in exercise down the road. I think it's just a great way to get people active.
Yeah, that's a huge point. We certified your whole team. I talked with you on the phone initially with Matt, and I was like, it's a 2-day intensive. It's going to be an intense 2 days. In there, we just completed the 2 days. Share with me, this is not the first course you've ever taken. You've been in the business 15 years. You've also been training before you owned your own business for years. Share with us maybe about what was your feeling around the course as we wrapped up this weekend.
It was intense. There was a lot of information. It's something I haven't really stepped out of the exercise science, strength training realm in a while with Certified Functional Strength Coach, CSCS, and those personal training certifications. Something you do every day, branching out a little bit. It was challenging, a lot of information. It was delivered great, a lot of hands-on. We had a higher standard to pass and become certified than traditionally like taking the test online. I think all in all, it was just awesome. I'm so glad we had you guys in.
I think something too, real quick, that's really unique about the training and the education weekend was that it was hands-on. You go to a lot of courses and you learn a lot of theory. The reality is when you get introduced to that first client that doesn't fit the exact mold, understanding how to do that. You guys taught us that. If something's pinching in this area, we don't continue to hammer that stretch in. We step back, assess, figure out what is something we can identify and provide a solution to get them better. I loved it.
It was cool to see it with your clients because it's not like everybody who came in moves great, didn't have any problems. It was like, I got arthritis all over, I got knees, I got back. So
replacements.
I got all these replacements. It was cool to see real people. Not that we're not real, but we do train, we move pretty often. So to see real people, and then your clients, you had to trust your clients, your staff with your clients. When I said to you, like, we're going to bring in 10 people or whatever number of people, I think we did 10, your team's going to stretch them out for 2 days. What were your thoughts around that idea?
Me at first, it's a little terrifying because you spent so much time in the marketplace creating this reputation and developing trust with your clients, also the community. You're bringing in something new that has the potential to not be great. That's kind of our standard. We want to be great at everything that we do. You, yourself, and Shekinah, the whole team, you guys made sure that we were ready to deliver that expectation to the clients when they walked in the door. It was awesome.
So cool. Last few questions. Let's switch it to the certification. We had a great time with it. Let's talk to the business side of things. Some things that we did, I felt that was unique. I've never done a cert that said we're going to capture video and capture testimonials and have all that ready to go even before the weekend was up. Can you speak to the value you saw in that as far as launching a new program in your business?
That's invaluable because if you don't do it, guess who has to do it? We have to do it. We have to coordinate with a director or a head coach to do that. It takes up time. We could be doing other things. Already having that done, our website, it's already done. We just need those templates and those testimonials to plug and play. So after this weekend, we can plug and play, get that out to the marketplace and help more people. I love the setup and how you looked at it from not only the stretch certification, the whole 360 degrees of the business, the stretch, revenue, everything, because all that stuff is vitally important at the end of the day.
That's absolutely.
As a stretch therapist, when are you going to have time to do that? You're working. You're working. And I don't mean that like you're out over there killing yourself. You're moving through the motions and flowing through the stretches. You're not going to have a moment to sit there and take a picture of somebody. Our coaches that are training, they're busy. So very thankful for that.
We got 10 video testimonials. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's great content that you're able to use over time, which is really cool. We did something else. The challenge I had, and we were talking about this Friday, that my brain kind of shifted, that this is not an add-on in the fitness industry. This is a whole nother industry. We had talked about toolboxes. We were like, this is a different toolbox to serve because typically you get the kettlebell, you get the TRX, you get the strong first, you get the CS. It's all like in the same pot. You can't go back to your clients and say, listen, I just got the FMS, sir. You need to pay me more.
We got kettlebells, so it's $20 more a month. It doesn't work.
You know, it's just like, hopefully I can deliver a better kettlebell swing. I can keep you longer and don't hurt you. It kind of helps you keep your clients, but it doesn't help you attract your clients. With this is a different piece altogether. We were very intentional in going through sales training during lunch. Can you speak to that, having your team learn or experience that whole thing?
As far as the sales aspect, you can be the best in the world at what you do. The reality is if you can't get people to believe in it, you can't get them to believe that you are the solution to their problem, you're never going to make any money doing it.
Absolutely.
I love learning new skills. I have my entire career, myself and Matt, we've traveled all over this country doing continuing education. Like you said, you go learn how to do a kettlebell swing, you bring it back, it goes right into your training. It's not a standalone offering. It's a whole separate business. The opportunity here financially for our business it's huge.
It's awesome. And another thing is we have 4 full-time coaches who can make a career and a living out of doing this because we're adding stretch. And now we can hire another full-time stretch therapist and offer him a career. It's about impacting lives and making a difference. So it's a win-win.
No, absolutely. It's kind of cool because some of the things, whenever you're looking at in fitness, I own my gym for about the same amount of time. We've brought things in. Typically, you do training already. You're just either changing your style of training, that's the investment, or you bring in nutrition. We never really tested the market to see if there was interest. Right? We don't reach out to everybody and say, who wants this thing? I'm going to bring it in. In order to get the 10 people to volunteer, we said, reach out to everybody, just shoot an email. See who responds. What was the reaction that your clientele had?
We had a huge reaction. We had over 60 people. So I want to do that. Raised their hand and we put those names on a list. Now we selected the top 10. The response was overwhelming. Everybody wanted to experience what we have to offer. I think that comes with, like you, if you're in business a decade or decade and a half, they trust you, they know you, they like you, they want to do business with you. But the response was great. We're looking forward to getting those other 50 people in the next couple of weeks and do an assessment and let them experience what we learned over the weekend.
It's really cool to say, You feel confident, like I made this investment. I've trained my team, so I know they know how to deliver the thing. How do I know? Because we tested it live with real people. I got 50 more people who raised their hand.
They're ready to go.
They're ready to go. You didn't have to spend any money on leads. You didn't have to spend any, you know what I mean? Like, you already have it baked in the system. And these 10 people start talking on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with their group about stretch, the list grows even more. That's a really cool thing, because the amount of revenue and what you're able to do business-wise with such a small investment. We were talking the other day, and I said, man, would I expand? I'd expand my business with another stretch studio. Because a table is maybe $500. You know what I mean? It's a very small investment for the ROI.
And we had that conversation. We're looking at a second location. The second location, it's a lot of work. Not that we're not up for the work, hiring staff, getting a place, paying rent. A lot of components. We have the space over there. We looked at this. This is our second location, speak.
Absolutely. There's a lot of opportunity to create impact and help the community at a whole nother level, build a business. And to your point, our first gear, I think, at least for me, was I wanted to be able to help people. I got to helping people quite a bit. I said, I want to create opportunities for my team to help people. Because for us, at our point, it's not about who else we can help. The blessing that you was able to stretch someone that you didn't even know. How cool is it to run a gym and have a member you don't even know who they are? You were able to stretch them and still deliver a rave review with it. Now it's about helping the team and then creating careers. Now people can lock in and create a career, which is cool. The last question I have is, I'm like a Baptist preacher, so I have like 2 last questions. My last question is, you watch your team work together. It was 8 of you guys working together over the course of the weekend. Talk about how that felt, or what you noticed in their dynamics and their development going through a course with them.
I told you a little bit at the end as we were finishing up today. I was very proud of everyone. It was a lot of information. For some of them, they're young. A couple of our guys are brand new. We have 4 full-time team members that have been with us for a while, have a very vast knowledge of anatomy and training and stuff. 2 of the guys were pretty young. For them to see a little frustration, then work through it and learn and come back today and just really just knock the socks off of it was incredible. Our team is great. They work well together. They encourage and push one another to continue to grow. It was a great weekend to see them come together and rally and really just deliver a wow experience.
That's really cool.
One of the coolest things, though, because you don't see a new stretch. You say it's different. It's different than Stretch Zone, it's different than Stretch Labs. We say that about our business too. But we had people come in and they had been to Stretch Zone, they had been to Stretch Labs. And they put you guys on the spot because you stretched them. Mitzi asked, how is this different than Stretch Zone? At the end of the day, when they gave their testimonial, they said it was nothing like Stretch Zone. Totally different field, totally different pace, totally different outcome and how they felt and stuff like that. That was one of my biggest aha moments. So this is really different, because I've also been to Stretch Zone at one time. And I wouldn't go back for various reasons. To have an outsider say that gives you more validity. Not that you didn't have it already. These people, they've been there and done that. They don't have much market awareness like we do. And they come here and do this and they're like, this is a lot better, a lot different, a lot flowier. That was really cool to hear that from them.
It's cool to see your team do that, because they learned over 70 stretches in 2 days. It was a lot of content. It was a lot of stuff. You saw my style. Let's go. We were moving. It was work that we put in this weekend. They were able to keep the data and execute with it. The last thing I'll ask, and this is more for me than for you guys, if you could speak to a gym owner or someone who's in the fitness space, they're considering bringing in new stretch, not just stretch therapy generally, specifically working with us, our team, looking at, I'm considering creating another revenue stream in my business. They had all the same apprehensions that you had. How is it worth the investment? What, I got to fly you guys out here, all those kind of things. Now that you've gone through at least this first phase of getting your team certified, working with us, what would you say to that person?
Since I'm a realist, I think one thing is very important for the business owner, and we talk about a lot, is simplicity wins. If you got a million things on your plate and you're trying to add 1,000,001, that being new stretch, I think you need to kind of redefine your system. As far as having you out, the investment, that's a no-brainer. It is. A gym, if they're tight on profits or tight on income, they're going to question it. If you look at the results like we had today, we've actually had people sign up today. We have literally had people they're going to sign up. The investment for us was never really the concern. It was actually executing it, because we want to be good at what we do. And if we have it, one of our goals is to do the most monthly revenue in the IC from stretch. That's just what we want. If you're thinking about doing it, like investing in it, man, go for it. I just want to encourage you to make sure you have the capacity to execute it at the level that you teach it. Because if you do that, then it will be successful. That's kind of my viewpoint.
I agree 100%. We talked a little bit about that at dinner last night. I think if you're a gym owner out there and you're looking to bring in this revenue source, make sure you got your systems in place. You're keeping the training, the focus for those coaches and trainers. If you're just looking to fill in gaps, it may not make sense. If you're looking at the opportunity for what it really is, an opportunity to have a revenue generating service that could easily double your revenue, could easily create as much revenue as a second location, you're willing to go all in and provide the staff, the team training, and the opportunity, because you got to have the capacity to do it to make any money. If you're only going to be able to stretch one person a day, it doesn't make sense. You need to go all in and believe in it, because we've seen the proof is in the pudding with not only our clients, also in ourselves learning it. What a great weekend.
Any wrap-up thoughts?
I think in addition to that, not only the revenue and stuff like that, it makes your coaches better. Coaches can overcome obstacles on the floor of tight hips and tight shoulders, and they can implement those stretches. They can provide a whole different experience to your members, and that can decrease attrition. Somebody might quit because their shoulder hurts. You got to stretch for that. Now they maintain their membership. And that attrition, as we know, 0.5%, 1% could be 15, 20 members. That's a lot of revenue. Just for every little thing about it is a positive. Everything about it's a positive. There is no downside.
Thanks so much. It was a blessing. It was so much fun working with you guys as a team. It was really cool going through the journey with you. And I'm excited for your business. I'm excited for what's happening and the growth. This is the beginning of the relationship. I'm really pumped to see how this program grows. You have great leadership in Ryan. Just the experience you have through Kelsey and OT. Even the other Kelsey, she has such a good flow and a touch. The boys did great too. Josh was pretty strong. We know some of them are just going to be on the floor training. The fact that they are certified, it gives them the ability to communicate. Clients are looking like, what is that thing about? Like there's one thing, that theory about a thing. The other thing, like they say, the guy with experience is never at the behest of the guy with a theory. They all have the experience now, so they can easily, like, Miss Mary, this is what it's about. Matter of fact, we got a couple minutes, let me do this. Let's book you into something. Really wise in getting your team certified to be able to service it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Appreciate
Thanks so much.
it.
Good deal.